To develop the power of intuition from scratch is to embark on a journey of self-discovery and learning that can profoundly transform your life. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's certainly not a magical gift reserved for a select few. Instead, it's a skill that anyone can cultivate with patience, practice, and a deep commitment to understanding oneself. Developing intuition is about more than just following gut feelings. It's about tapping into a reservoir of knowledge and experience that lies beneath the surface of conscious thought. A well of wisdom that you can learn to access through mindful effort. The process begins with self-awareness. This is the foundation upon which all other aspects of intuitive development rest. Self-awareness means being present with yourself, mindful of your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. It's about taking the time to listen to what your body is telling you, to understand the subtle signals and cues that arise in your mind and body. This starts with mindfulness practices, like meditation, which help you quiet the external noise and the constant stream of thoughts that can drown out the more subtle messages from your intuition. Through regular meditation, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, to acknowledge them and let them pass without getting caught up in them. This act of observing without reacting creates a space for intuition to emerge. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting quietly. It's about becoming aware of how your mind works in your daily life. It's noticing when you feel a flutter of excitement or anxiety without knowing exactly why. Recognizing the tightness in your chest or the knot in your stomach when faced with a decision. These physical sensations are often the first signs of your intuition at work, signals from your subconscious mind. By becoming more attuned to these physical signals, you start to understand the connection between your body and your intuition. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice being present and mindful, the stronger your intuitive sense becomes. Alongside mindfulness, journaling can be a powerful tool in developing your intuition. Writing about your experiences, thoughts, and feelings can help you track patterns over time. It allows you to reflect on situations where your intuition guided you well and where it might have led you astray. By putting your thoughts down on paper, you create a record of your inner dialogue, making it easier to spot recurring themes and connections that your conscious mind might not immediately recognize. This practice of introspection helps you to identify when your intuition is whispering to you and when it's trying to tell you something more significant. It also provides a space to reflect on your past decisions, allowing you to see where you might have acted on instinct and where you let logic guide you. As you develop your intuition, it's crucial to learn to trust it. This is often the most challenging part because it requires overcoming years of conditioning to rely solely on logic and analysis. Most people are taught to be rational, to think things through and analyze every detail. But intuition doesn't always follow this path. It's often quicker and more direct, drawing on a broader range of experiences and subconscious knowledge. Learning to trust your intuition means being willing to act on it, even when it doesn't make immediate sense. This could be choosing a different route home based on a sudden feeling, deciding to invest in something new because it just feels right, or stepping into a new role without knowing every detail about it. It's about developing a confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty, to make decisions that feel right in your gut, even when logic doesn't provide clear answers. Building this trust requires practice and patience. Start with small decisions, those everyday choices that don't carry significant consequences. Use these opportunities to act on your intuition and observe the outcome. Notice how it feels when you follow your gut versus when you overthink a decision. Over time, as you see the positive results of trusting your intuition, you'll build confidence in it. You'll start to recognize the patterns and cues that your intuition relies on, making it easier to interpret those subtle messages. It's like learning to read a new language. It takes time and effort, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Expanding your knowledge and experiences is another critical aspect of developing intuition. The more you know and the more varied your experiences, the richer the reservoir from which your intuition draws. Intuition is not just a mystical feeling, it's the brain's ability to process vast amounts of information quickly and make connections that conscious thought might miss. This means that as you gain more knowledge and exposure to different situations, your intuitive sense becomes more nuanced and refined. For instance, a seasoned chess player doesn't need to analyze each move because they've seen so many patterns before. Their intuition allows them to predict their opponent's strategy almost instantly. Similarly, in business, leaders with a broad range of experiences can make decisions quickly because they understand the context and can see patterns that others might miss. To build this knowledge base, you need to actively seek out new experiences and perspectives. This might involve reading widely across different fields, engaging in new hobbies, traveling to new places, and meeting people from different walks of life. The more varied your experiences, the better equipped you are to make decisions that feel right intuitively. It's about expanding your frame of reference so when you're faced with a difficult decision, you can draw on a wide range of experiences to guide you. This might mean trusting your gut when faced with a new opportunity or risk, knowing that you've encountered similar challenges before and found your way through them. In developing intuition, embracing uncertainty and taking risks is essential. Intuition often comes into play in situations where the answer isn't clear and there's no obvious path forward. By stepping outside your comfort zone and making calculated risks, you provide yourself with opportunities to rely on your intuition. Each new experience helps to sharpen your intuitive skills, allowing you to develop a clearer sense of what feels right and what doesn't. It's about being willing to make mistakes and learn from them, to follow your instincts even when it feels uncomfortable. Every time you take a risk and it pays off, whether it's starting a new project, applying for a job you're not sure you're qualified for, or investing in something unfamiliar, you're strengthening your intuitive sense.